This segment is being sponsored by Capital Sportsman. All right, welcome back, everyone. This week's Piece of the Week being brought to you by Flowers Garden Center. We're not even going to say deer process. Well, we just did. It is the Flowers Garden Center, 4550 Eaton's Creek Road. And let me tell you something. They are selling plants by the truckloads. I mean, people are just going in there, whether it be a S10 or a 1-ton, they loading up cars, loading up the trunks, they're loading up back seats. You got to go check them out. Flowers Garden Center, 4550 Eaton's Creek Road. Tell Mike and Deborah you saw it right here on Southern Woods and Waters. I know they'll appreciate you being there. Hey, our first picture, I want to show you this. I like this picture. I like the way he staged it. I like the way it looks. But this is Jonathan Barnett, and he shot this turkey. It weighs 27 pounds. Had 1 3/8 inch spurs, had 2 beards. One was 11 1/4, the other one was 6 7/8.
Good bird.
And let me tell you, while I got, just keep it on this picture right here. I just saw on Facebook yesterday, I believe, a guy posted a bird that had 13 beards.
Yeah, I saw
Did you
that.
see that?
Yeah.
13 beards. Now, one of them was just about like 4 hairs and 2 inches long, but hey, it counts. It counts. But ladies and gentlemen, there's some freakazoids out there as far as turkeys. We got to get some of those freak nasties and try to harvest some of those. My next picture here, this is, and you look at it and it's fog. Sniper cameras. I'm gonna tell you something. Jim Jones with Sniper cameras sent me these. I had to show him. Let's show him the next one now, Courtney. He said, Hugh, with all the rising water, everybody's scared to death that all their cameras are gone. This Sniper camera is just above the water, and I believe that's a wood duck, isn't it? Is that what we got over there, crispy and cooked? Wood duck? Man, looks like a wood duck to me. But just to show you that some cameras still survived, but if yours didn't and you need to replace it, Sniper cameras is probably your best deal out there. So give them a try. If you have a problem finding them, come on to Southern Woods and Waters Facebook page. We'll show you the way, brother. All right, I want to tell you, you can send your pictures to us here. Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robinson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email them to me at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com, or better yet, Facebook is always the better way to get them to me as quickly as possible. And we like hearing your stories, and we try to edit it down to where it's a couple of sentences long, but we love to see those pictures, especially of all the youngsters out there. And what I was saying is the rain, do you agree? The day it rained so hard, I got a ton of turkey pictures that day.
Yeah.
So they actually sat out there and fought the rain and fought the elements and got the job done.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It is. I haven't checked mine yet to see what they were doing. I'll grab them and check them while we're sitting in there in the morning.
You grab them and let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Don't show me no devil.
Be too late for you there. Yeah, be too late wherever you're sitting. You'll be already sitting.
All right, here's my question to Brandon. Because, and no, you can ask Chris, I did not give him the question or the answer while we were break.
Setting me up.
I'm setting you up. It's what friends do. But here we go. Brandon, so many people, guys, gals, and everything, sending pictures in to us. They got bucks still have their antlers. And I also got people sending me pictures, antler growth just starting. What's going on?
Well, it's normal. There's not too much different about that. They trend. They're just like anything else. You might have some bucks that dropped in January, and some may not drop to the middle to the end of April. There's not necessarily anything wrong with them. Now, obviously, there's some deer that will hold them, and usually if they hold them, there is a problem. If they hold them throughout the year.
Usually it's a hormonal problem or something.
Usually hormonal. It could be a testicular injury, something like that. But now to see one right now still in hardhorn, although it be a lot more rare right now. It is.
They are falling off. I'm gonna say it because we had some pictures
just
where
a
they
few
were
weeks ago,
bloody up here where
and
they
that was
just fallen.
Yeah. So I mean, I've got some on the farm that just in the last few weeks have just now started.
I'm talking about in the last like 6 days.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not something you're going to see every day, but there's nothing going on unless it's just that odd case that there's some kind of injury.
You are my resident wildlife biologist, okay? But am I correct in saying, because does come into estrus every 28 days. Once their cycle starts, they every 28 days they will come into estrus again until they're bred.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
If a buck is a breedable buck, then his testosterone level is still high.
Yeah.
So if he's still chasing these unbred does that are coming in the cycle, that could keep his antlers up there, because in what my studies have found out in reading and studying, when that buck's testosterone level drops and he's not fine, then his antlers fall off.
Yes, that's correct.
But as if he's still chasing estrus does or does in estrus,
that could definitely affect it.
He's still got them.
And if you had just a high concentration of does in that area for whatever reason didn't get bred, and there's enough of them running around and it's keeping him hyped up, so to say, I mean, I guess that would be a possibility.
And I don't see where our weather will be so detrimental to a buck that it would kill him. No. Because he can eat in an hour what can sustain him for a day. Yeah,
he'll sit around and cud, you know, chew cud and this, that, and the other. But it's funny you bring it up, because it's been, I'm going to say it's been 10 days now, but no more than that. I actually saw a buck on a doe.
Yeah.
In Wilson County.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it right off the side of the road. I saw him breed a doe. So, I mean, it's odd, but it does happen.
Well, you and I discussed,
for whatever reason, she might not have been. She just wasn't bred.
She wasn't bred.
Yeah, right. And this was a young buck. It was a 1.5 year old, you know, 6-point buck, maybe something like that.
But he still had his antlers.
Still had antlers both sides.
That's what I'm saying. That, from everything I've read, and ladies and gentlemen, please, don't just take our word for it. Read up on it. Do yourself a favor.
There's a lot to be.
There's a lot to be discovered.
There's a lot of scenarios, a lot of things.
And I'm going to tell you something. I always believe if you're going to hunt a certain animal, you need to know just as much as you possibly can about that
to help
animal.
you hunt. I mean, yeah.
So you read up on it and find out and take biology, or you don't have to take a class, just do it yourself.
There's a lot of
But you'll find out what we're saying to be the norm when it comes to white-tailed deer. And that's because I have seen in early September, I have seen fawns that were 3 days old by the 5th of September.
Yeah, and then you'll see some that are 3 days old in the middle of November.
Yeah.
You know, and so on and so forth. I've seen rarely, but seen spotted fawns up into close to December.
Well, we've seen
it's just got to do with it's just got to do with when they were bred.
That's right.
And same way too when you see a bachelor group, let's say 1.5 year old bucks, sometimes they'll one be more developed than the other, and so on and so forth. A lot of times it's got to do with when they were born throughout the year. Now they will catch up at 2.5 years old. You probably won't ever know a difference. But with a group of 1.5 year old deer, you may have one little 4-inch spike, 75-pound deer, and another one standing beside him, 6-point, 110-pound deer. And a lot of that's got to do with when they were born and how long they've been running around out there.
I talked to a elderly gentleman, much like myself, and asked him the same thing. And he is a renowned deer biologist. And I got an opportunity to talk to him about it. And he told me, he said, the difference, just like you said, from a basket 8 to a spike, could be just the time that they were born.
Absolutely. Could just be a couple months time.
That's it.
It's and kind of like with turkeys. Got a little bit
head start before the real antler growth.
And you notice with turkeys, it's the same way. If you see a group of jakes, I called in a group of jakes last week. We got some good film of them, but there was about 5 just, you know, kind of the same size. And there was 2 that as they approached me and the guy that was filming me, we thought they were longbeards. because they were so much bigger than the 5 they were with, and I got them across the field. They come into 10 yards, and it's 2 jakes that are a head higher than any of the other jakes they're with, and a lot of times that has to do with hatch time.
It does.
So they were hatched earlier than the other birds were, and they've grown more. Their beards were longer, their bodies were bigger.
Baiting issue we still want to talk about. It is it's a risky conversation.
Nobody likes to talk.
Everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
And you know what? Guess what? You're all entitled to your own opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to hear.
I like to hear everybody's thoughts on it. I mean,
but I'm going to go ahead and fess up. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I am not opposed to baiting. I will abide by the state laws. I love the state of Tennessee, and I will abide by its laws. But you can't sit there and tell me that the reason that we're not allowing baiting is because of disease and the diseases that they can get.
Yeah.
Because they can get the same thing from drinking out of a mud hole together. And you can't tell me they don't run together, because we see bachelor groups of 5, 6, 7, 8 bucks running. You see, you've even said you had 19 does come out at one time. Those are big groups of animals.
Yeah.
You know they got to be swapping the same spit, and I'm just putting it out there, swapping the same spit. When they're eating the same stuff, they're drinking out of the same holes. So, okay, I'm an intelligent, or I'd like to think I'm an intelligent person. Throw that excuse right out the window, because that doesn't faze me. That's just one that some people can believe. I don't. Give me some issues why they should not allow baiting.
You know, I'm kind of like you on this. I'm not really against it or for it either way, but I've got different reasons for it. First off, I'll say that we do a lot of food plot program, you know, and so I'm able to do that. I'm able to get out there and put in food plots, and I've got tractors, and I've got, you know, we can do things like that.
But not everybody does.
Correct. Not everybody does. So with me, it's different, because if we're feeding in the off season and I've got a good food plot in, my deer will typically walk right past a corn feeder to walk into the food plot.
Well, yeah.
But if you can't do that, you know, it's a different story.
Tell you what, I want you to hold on. I've got to take another break. I got to take another break, and we have our product of the week. That's what we got to go to right now. It's being sponsored by Caney Fork Outdoors. They got 2 locations. One is in Donaldson at the Donaldson Shopping Plaza, and then again on the Caney Fork River itself, over there as you're getting off to go to Center Hill to Edgar Evans Park. It's right there at the 4 corner, what we call the 4-way stop, right there on your right. Be prepared. May 13th, we will all be over there at that location for Waterpalooza. Supposed to be just tons of fun. We will be filming it, and we will be showing it and putting on a big show. A lot of things going on, but you got to check them out. May 13th. Come over there like you're going towards Edgar Evans Park. Come to Caney Fork Outdoors. Hey, this week's product. This week's product. This is Predator Tactics, and I want you to know I met these folks at the NWTF Bank convention. Super nice folks, and I'm thinking, you know, a light is a light. We were fixing to go hog hunting, and I needed a good light. And got to talking to this individual. This Predator Tactics light is really, really powerful. That's the white, but the green, if you can see the green, yeah. Now, you can see 150, 200 yards with this.
Yeah, I had it lit up all the way through the roof.
Oh, you had the whole studio lit up. I'm telling you, this is one of the best lights I've ever used. You were surprised. You thought it was going to be really heavy.
Yeah.
And it was light.
I did. It weighed half what I thought it would when
And let me tell you something. I've hunted 3 nights with it. I've worked with it. I've done some other stuff, fixed my fishing tackle, stuff like that. It's only been charged 1 time. That says a lot right there. Check them out, Predator Tactics, and tell them Southern Woods and Water sent you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to open up our phone lines here, 737-7767. Be right back with more Southern Woods and Waters.